there's a group of people having a cell phone, other people don't, and these people have a disadvantage. But if nobody has one, then the whole world is just different. How is it possible that they have no cell phone? I mean, the locals, how do they connect with their phone? There's like no reception there at all. How do they survive?
How do people survive without having internet in their phone?
Yeah, there's no connection at all.
I'm going to be talking about sustainable business, and what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to give you real-world examples of sustainable businesses for today and tomorrow. I want to challenge you to think broad and think big. And I also invite you to think about me. So my name is Dr. Beavers. I'm a recent grad in computer science, specialized in user experience and strategy. If you're thinking broad and big about creating impacts with technology, come and talk to me. I'm always interested in hearing your story.
I'm looking for work where I can make a positive impact on the world using technology, and that could be in any domain, like education or healthcare, or improving democracy. Whatever I can do with technology that makes the world a little bit better, but it's also that also has a profitable business model. So I'm not looking for NGO work, but really to look for that match between doing something impactful and making a sustainable business out of that. Well, it's true that if you don't have access, like if you don't have enough money to buy food, it doesn't matter what work you can do, right? And you just need money to buy food. If you have enough money in terms of food and basic health and a roof above your head, and I think for me it's a matter of giving meaning to your life. When you think back at when you're gonna be old and you're gonna look back when you were young, I think you have to be proud of yourself. I want to go from from a starter job position to something to grow in that, right? I want to be very ambitious in growing in my life. I want to learn every year. Every year I want to be on the next level, so don't get stuck somewhere. Always keep going, keep improving, and keep learning. We're digital natives.
Digital natives?
Yeah, we're born with technology, we use it all the time. For us, for me at least, using technology is something very fluently. I don't think about it, I just, it's like an extension of the human body, your smartphone, you could say. The point of looking for a job is to find a job that you're happy with. That's super important. So don't settle with a job that you don't really like. Add to a sustainable businesses, so they want to make an impact with their work, whether it's technology, software, or something else. And I think that's the whole reason that they're here.
I think they're all pretty fond of innovation. Not everyone likes innovation because a lot of people are quite hesitant towards change and they just want things to stay the way they are. A couple of years ago, I was asking myself, what do I really want to do with my life? And after a couple of months, I came to the conclusion that I just want to make products, services, apps, whatever, which really impacts our world. And I really want to make an impression, a good impression, an everlasting impression on our role in society. I didn't really know what to do with the rest of my life, so I just started studying something. At first I did some kind of hotel management 1 year, which wasn't interesting at all. I don't really know why I picked that, but I was like a silly 18-year-old. And then I switched to economy, and I did that for 4 years. And then in my master's year, I did all my exams, and I just had to do my thesis. But at the same time, actually all the full 4 years I was working on the side, I was building websites and working in this digital space already. And so at the time I had to make my thesis, we had this huge project inquiry, and so I had to decide, I had to choose between the thesis and this project, and I chose for the project, and I never made my thesis, thus I never graduated. So I founded this agency at age 23, I guess, and then I did that for 7 years. On the side I worked on some startups, so digital products as well, and then on the side I founded this hackathon. And now recently we sold the digital agency. I just spent 3 months in San Francisco because of my interest in Bitcoin and the Bitcoin space and cryptocurrency space in general, because I think that's going to be I don't only think, I'm convinced and sure that this is going to spark the next big revolution in our world. So a revolution that will even top the internet revolution. And it will make the world a better place, a more fair place. If I knew then what I know now, then I probably wouldn't have gone to college, and I would have just learned everything I would like to learn via the internet. I'm convinced that technology can really change the world for the better. Technology can also destruct the world for the worse. And probably the digital addicts, like those who always are looking on their screens and immersed into apps and whatever, they're not using the technology as it should be used. And they're mostly using digital fast food innovations like the Snapchats and the, maybe not Instagram, but like the quick and very addictive applications. But if you use technology well and know what to use, then it can really enhance the human condition.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I can't see.
Ah, right. Can now maybe? Right, how are you doing? Yeah, I've been a few weeks in Berlin now, so getting used to it. There's two things you learn, like the startup entrepreneurship, very different from working in a big company. And on the other hand, yeah, moving to another city, it makes you take care of stuff yourself, so which is interesting, I guess. A recent graduate in my field that cannot get a job is, you can always get a job. Like there's plenty of jobs for computer scientists, at least where I live, or here in Berlin too. There's so many jobs. But yeah, I think you should be critical and look at really find a good company where you really want to work and on a good product that you can really believe in, and go work somewhere ambitious. Like there's this rule of always surround yourself with people that are smarter than you, and so they can lift you up, right? So in that sense, yeah, be ambitious with where you want to work. For computer scientists, we choose where we go to work. So the company has to sell themselves to the employee. Yeah, like the last few weeks, I've been mostly working a lot because I just arrived here at the company. It's a bit looking like how can you be of best value for the company, and so you don't want to leave at 5 p.m. and say bye. So the product is that they summarize non-fiction books. So for example, a book on marketing or a book on whatever, psychology or something. They summarize that in content that you can read in 15 minutes. But it's not done with an algorithm, it's an actual team of people that write it. And then the idea is you can learn something new everywhere, whenever you have time. So. And right now I'll be working mostly on the mobile app. I talk with users, I do user tests, and I see like where do they have problems. And then on the other hand, I do research like in our domain or with our team members. Look at what are the opportunities, how can we extend our product. So for example, now we're working on a leaderboard, so where people can vote for new content. So do they want to have, something about this topic or that topic? So we have a leaderboard where people can vote, and then we start off by just making a text document that says like, what should this leaderboard do? How should it work? And then the goal is to go from there, from the requirements, into different screens that work together in a nice workflow, that look nice, that are clear, that the user can understand. So designing all that is requires creativity, of course. Okay. Yeah, greetings from Berlin. Right.
Bye. Thanks.